Have you ever been there? Truly, honestly, stuck? Not just trying to pick between Thai food or Italian for dinner. I'm talking about the big ones. The choices that keep you up at 3 a.m., your mind racing in endless, frantic loops. Do I leave this relationship or do I stay? Do I take the safe job or risk it all for my passion? Do I move across the country or put down roots right here? You make pros and cons lists until the paper wears thin. You ask your friends until you've heard every possible opinion. And yet, you're still paralyzed, frozen. The weight of the decision feels like it's physically crushing your chest. You're not just choosing between option A and option B. It feels like you're choosing between two different versions of yourself, two entire futures. And you are terrified of choosing wrong. That feeling, that agonizing, soul-crushing paralysis, has a name. It's a dilemma. And today, on D Life Logic, we are going to journey deep into the heart of that dilemma. We're going to understand why it's so uniquely and terribly complex. And then, we're going to discover a way out. Not a logical hack, but a profound spiritual framework to find a clarity so deep and so peaceful, it will feel like coming home to yourself. This isn't about finding the one right answer. It's about awakening the part of you that already knows the next right step. So, if you're standing at a crossroads, take a deep breath with me. Let's begin. So, why does this happen? Why does a dilemma feel so much worse than a regular hard choice? It's because a true dilemma isn't just a psychological puzzle. It's a spiritual quagmire. It activates every layer of our being in conflict. Let's break down why. A simple choice is between a good option and a bad one. Easy. A dilemma is a choice between two goods or two bads. Do I take the high-paying, prestigious job that my ego loves? Or do I pursue the passion project that sets my soul on fire? Do I leave a stable but lonely relationship? Or stay and feel my spirit slowly wither away? Logic fails here because you're not weighing numbers on a spreadsheet. You're trying to compare apples and existential dread. You're weighing the needs of your role, the person society, your family, your ego expects you to be, against the whispers of your soul, the person you deep down feel you are meant to be. They speak different languages. They use different currencies. And this internal conflict is the bedrock of the paralysis. When you're in a dilemma, it's like a committee of your worst fears gets a megaphone in your head. The fear of making a mistake. What if I choose wrong and ruin my entire life? The fear of loss. Choosing one path means the other door closes. Forever. We start mourning that phantom life before we've even lived the one we chose. The fear of judgment. What will my parents think? What will my friends say? And the master of them all, the fear of regret. The terrifying anticipation of future pain, looking back on this moment. These aren't just thoughts. They are biological events. They trigger cortisol, anxiety, sleeplessness. Your body thinks it's under literal threat, because to your psyche, it is. Your ego is your constructed self, your story, your personality, your identity. And a true dilemma often threatens to dismantle it. The successful lawyer considering becoming a yoga teacher isn't just changing careers. She's dismantling an identity she spent 20 years building. The people pleaser considering a firm boundary isn't just saying no. They are assassinating their own self-image as the nice one. The ego will fight for its life. It will rationalize, manipulate, and generate infinite anxiety to maintain the status quo, even if the status quo is miserable. So the decision-making process becomes a civil war inside you, and you are both the general and the soldier dying in the trenches. We've been taught to be rational, so we make endless pros and cons lists. But my friends, a dilemma exists precisely because it transcends logic. The soul doesn't speak the language of pros and cons. It speaks the language of intuition, resonance, and inner peace. Trying to solve a spiritual problem with only a logical mind is like trying to taste a rainbow with your ears. You're using the wrong instrument. And when the mind can't find an answer, it doesn't stop. It just spins faster, generating more scenarios, more anxiety, more noise. It's like pouring gasoline on a fire to try and put it out. So, if all of that is what gets us stuck, how do we get you unstuck? It starts with the bravest and simplest move of all. It's not about trying harder with the same broken tools. It's about changing the question itself. We have to stop asking the question that comes from a place of fear, of ego, of seeking external validation. We have to stop asking, "What should I do?" That question is a trap. It seeks a destination promised by someone else. It implies there's one right answer out there, and if you're smart enough, you'll find it. The spiritual shift, the liberation, comes when we change that question to one of being, of essence, of inner truth. We start asking, who am I? And who do I choose to become? Feel the difference in your body when you say those two questions. What should I do? Feels tight, anxious, outward looking. Who do I choose to become? Feels expansive, powerful, inward looking. The first question seeks a destination. The second question is about aligning your compass. And when your compass is true, when it's calibrated to your soul's North Star, then every path, even the rocky ones, become part of your journey home. You cannot get lost. This is the practice. This is how we move from the noisy, bloody battlefield of the mind to the quiet, sovereign command center of the soul. This framework isn't about thinking your way out. It's about feeling your way forward. Step 1. The sacred pause, ceasing the war. Before you can find clarity, you have to stop adding to the chaos. You cannot solve a problem from the same level of consciousness that created it. This is the most radical and counterintuitive step. You must give yourself formal, time-bound permission to not decide. Say it out loud. For the next 48 hours, I am on a retreat from this decision. I will not analyze it. I will not worry about it. My only job is to rest. This is called non-doing, or Wu Wei in Taoism. It's not quitting. It's strategic surrender. It's creating a hollow space, a vacuum, in your psyche. And nature abhors a vacuum. Into that silence, insight can finally flow. You're letting the dust of your mental chatter settle so you can see the bottom of the pond clearly. How to do it? Go for a walk in nature with no headphones. Just be. Sit in meditation for 10 minutes, not to figure it out, but just to watch your breath come and go. Do the dishes, fold laundry, garden, anything mundane and physical that gets you out of your head and into your body. The goal is to exhaust the ego's need to control, so the soul can speak. Step 2. Energetic inquiry, listening to the body's wisdom. Your mind lies. It tells stories. Your body almost never lies. It is a direct instrument of your soul's truth. It's time to start listening to it. Get calm and centered. Close your eyes. Now, take the first option of your dilemma. Let's say it's take the job. Don't just think about it. Vividly imagine you have already said yes. It is done. Feel it. Imagine waking up tomorrow morning. What is the first sensation in your body? Is there a feeling of expansion in your chest? Or a heavy, sinking feeling of contraction? A sense of exciting lightness? Or clenching, dreading weight? Note it without judgment. Now, wipe the slate clean. Shake it off. Take a few deep breaths. Now, do the same for the other option. Leave the job. Imagine it's done. Feel it in your body. Wake up tomorrow having chosen this. Expansion or contraction. Lightness or dread. Freedom or prison. The spiritual principle. The body's intelligence is ancient. It registers truth as a sense of opening, peace, flow, vitality. It registers falsehood or misalignment as contraction, anxiety, heaviness, drain. This isn't about what sounds better. It's about what feels true in your very cells. Step 3. Counsel of the self. Hearing the voices with compassion. Those voices of fear, desire, and obligation. They are not your enemies. They are terrified, younger parts of you that are trying to protect you. Their screams are just distorted love. They need to be heard, not silenced. This is a powerful journaling exercise. Personify the voices. Give the voice of security a pen. Let it write, I am so scared. If we do this crazy thing, we'll end up homeless and alone, and it will be a disaster. Don't argue. Just let it vent its fears. Now, give the voice of freedom the pen. I am dying here. If we don't do this, we will suffocate and die with a heart full of regret. Let the voice of your mother or voice of society have its say. Now, bring in the chairperson. This is your wise self, your soulful observer. This is the calm, compassionate, unconditionally loving presence at your core. Let this wise self respond to each voice. Thank you, voice of security. I hear you. I know you're trying to keep me safe. Your concern is noted, and we will be prudent. Thank you, voice of freedom. I feel your passion and your deep desire for life. We will honor that. The spiritual principle, integration. Spiritual growth isn't about killing the ego. It's about making it a member of the team, not the CEO. When these parts feel heard and valued, their frantic screams often soften into helpful whispers of practical advice. The civil war ends with a truce. Step 4. The leap of faith, surrendering the outcome. This is the ultimate spiritual act. It is making the best choice you can from this place of clarity, and then releasing your white-knuckle grip on exactly how it has to turn out. After you've paused, felt, and listened, you will often feel a leaning, not a screaming certainty, but a quiet, persistent nudge, a sense of rightness. Trust it, act on it, make the choice. Then, say this affirmation: I trust that this choice is the next right step for my soul's evolution. I am open and receptive to the lessons and blessings it will bring, whatever they may be. I am safe, and I am on my path. The spiritual principle is the Dharma and the trust. This is the deep knowing that your soul is here to learn and grow. There are no wrong turns, only different classrooms. A so-called mistake is just a curriculum you didn't know you signed up for. Trust that life is unfolding for you, not to you. Your job isn't to control the ocean. It's to learn how to surf the waves with grace. The immense complexity of a dilemma, the sheer agony of it, it's not a flaw. It's not a sign that you're broken or doing life wrong. It is a forced initiation. It is the universe's ruthless and compassionate way of forcing you to stop outsourcing your authority, to stop looking for answers in logic, in other people's opinions, in the fear-based stories of your ego. It forces you to turn inward. It forces you to dig for the compass that was buried inside you all along. It forces you to develop a relationship with your own soul. The path you eventually choose is almost secondary to the consciousness you cultivated in choosing it. The person who emerges from this process is not the same person who entered it. You are wiser, softer, stronger, more whole. When you choose from that place, a place of centered awareness, connected to your inner wisdom, and trusting in the journey, you have already won. You have chosen yourself. You have claimed your sovereignty. The crossroads, once a place of terror and confusion, becomes sacred ground. It becomes the very place where you met the very core of who you are, and finally decided to trust it and come home. Thank you for walking this path with me today. If you found a moment of peace in this, please share this with one person who might need it. Share your own stories of crossroads in the comments below. This is D-Life Logic. Remember, the way out is in. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves.